Pan-Islamism is a political movement advocating the unity of Muslims under one Islamic state, often a caliphate, or an international organization, with Islamic principles. As a form of religious nationalism, Pan-Islamism differentiates itself from other pan-nationalistic ideologies, for example Pan-Arabism, by excluding culture and ethnicity as primary factors towards unification. History. The model Pan-Islamism aims for is the early years of Islam, the reign of Muhammad and the early caliphate, when the Muslim world was thought to be strong and uncorrupted in one united state. In the modern era, Pan-Islamism was championed by Jamal al-Din al-Afghani, who sought unity among Muslims to resist colonial occupation of Muslim lands. Although sometimes described as liberal, al-Afghani did not advocate constitutional government but simply envisioned the overthrow of individual rulers who were lax or subservient to foreigners, and their replacement by strong and patriotic men. In a review of the theoretical articles of his Paris-based newspaper, there was nothing favoring political democracy or parliamentarianism, according to his biographer. While Afghani's interest in Islamic law and theology was scant, later Pan-Islamism in the post-colonial world was strongly associated with Islamism. Leading Islamists such as Sayyid Qutb, Abul Alam Awjadi, and Ayatollah Khomeini all stressed their belief that a return to traditional Sharia law would make Islam united and strong again. Extremism within Islam goes back to the 7th century to the Kharijites. From their essentially political position, they developed extreme doctrines that set them apart from both mainstream Sunni and Shia Muslims. The Kharijites were particularly noted for adopting a radical approach to takfir, whereby they declared other Muslims to be unbelievers and therefore deemed them worthy of death. In the period of decolonialism following World War II, Arab nationalism overshadowed Islamism. In the Arab world, secular pan-Arab parties, Ba'ath and Nasserist parties, had offshoots in almost every Arab country, and took power in Egypt, Libya, Iraq and Syria. Islamists suffered severe repression. Its major thinker Sayyid Qutb was imprisoned, underwent torture and was later executed. Following the defeat of Arab armies in the Six-Day War, Islamism and Pan-Islam began to reverse their relative position of popularity with nationalism and Pan-Arabism. In 1979, the Iranian Revolution ousted Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi from power, and 10 years later the Afghan Muslim Mujahideen, with major support from the United States, successfully forced the Soviet Union from Afghanistan. These events galvanized Islamists the world over and heightened their popularity with the Muslim public. Throughout the Middle East, and in particular Egypt, the various branches of the Muslim Brotherhood have significantly challenged the secular nationalist or monarchical Muslim governments. In Pakistan, the Jamaat-e-Islami enjoyed popular support especially since the formation of the MMA. And in Algeria, the FIS was expected to win the cancelled elections in 1992. Since the collapse of the Soviet Union, Hezb ut-Tahrir has emerged as a pan-Islamist force in Central Asia and in the last 5 years has developed some support from the Arab world. A recent advocate for pan-Islamism was late Turkish Prime Minister and founder of Milli Görüş movement Necmettin Erbakan, who championed the Pan-Islamic Union idea and took steps in his government toward that goal by establishing the developing 8 countries in 1996 with Turkey, Egypt, Iran, Pakistan, Indonesia, Malaysia, Nigeria and Bangladesh. His vision was gradual unity of Muslim nations through economic and technology collaboration similar to the EU with a single monetary unit, joint aerospace and defense projects, petrochemical technology development, regional civil aviation network and a gradual agreement to democratic values. Although the organization met at presidential and cabinet levels and moderate collaboration projects continue to date. The momentum was instantly lost when the so-called postmodern coup of February 28, 1997, eventually took down Erbakan government.